AI is a tool, the way money is a tool. So we have allowed money to control our lives. So the same thing we are doing for AI.
They're letting AI control their life and not themselves. They're not doing it wrong. They're just leaving themselves out of the equation. AI takes you out of the equation of your own life.
We are asking AI what AI tool we should build, right? So it's not coming out of our own wisdom.
How is it shutting out the individual wisdom and innovation and inventive wit?
Yeah.
Now, what are we, as much as we're rising, what are we missing out on?
Big dreams don't come quietly.
They demand risk.
They demand fire. They demand transformation. Welcome to The Corporate Life, Billion-Dollar Conversations. Hosted by Hina Siddiqui, CEO and founder of Corporate Influence Media, creator of Capital Stage Credibility Positioning, 4-time Global Award winner, featured across more than 700 global outlets, and heard in 94 countries. Join us as we sit with tech CEOs, multi-million-dollar entrepreneurs, and leading investors, the people building what's next. Here, success isn't a headline. It's a human story. The turning points, reinventions, failures, breakthroughs, and bold decisions that change everything. Because every life is a movie, and you're the star of yours.
Robert, you talk about cowboy wisdom. Most people talking about AI right now are engineers, VCs, and tech founders. What does a cowboy see that they are missing?
You're missing your everyday life. You're not engaged in it. AI is great, don't get me wrong, but it's taken away people's ability to communicate with each other because they're always talking through AI.
Yeah. And we talk to AI now.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't communicate on a personal level. It's all about AI, and everybody wants to go AI, but what we're leaving out is the people. And no matter how much you think business and education does it, life is a people business.
Yeah.
And people will rise you or they will sink you. But, getting into this, how is it shutting out the individual wisdom and innovation and inventive wit?
Yeah.
Now, what are we, as much as we're rising, what are we missing out on? And one other thing is we're not going to understand how to deal with daily chaos, which chaos is an awakening. And chaos is showing you the dead ends within yourself.
Okay. And you say that indoctrinated education teaches you what to think. So is that what's happening in AI right now? Are founders being trained to build the wrong things?
Yeah, not the wrong things. They're just being taught how to build it without, basically, they're not having see, when we do something, there's always mistakes and things in there that show us where we lack the ability. AI is bypassing that, which isn't a bad thing, but what are we leaving out of ourselves? As I use AI a lot, and I'm not going to say anything bad, but I keep asking myself, where's the wisdom in this for me?
Yeah.
And not knowledge, not this, because it's the wisdom. And the wisdom is now. Because here's the thing about the mind, thinking, knowing, and all that, it never gets to here and now. It stays in the past.
Yeah.
And that's why when somebody says mindset, they never get to now.
I know.
That's full of all your other stuff. But the thing about AI is, yeah, you can build a business and you can run a business. But something you want to remember about AI is, what products of AI does it buy from you?
Yeah.
People
And not leave people behind.
Yeah. And the thing is we got to find the fine line, but we usually have to go down to find the line. And as much as I want to use AI and stuff, and we're using it for business and everything, how much business wisdom are we letting AI take away from us?
Yeah. So we use our own creative wisdom and then we can use AI or build an AI product, and that's going to serve the humanity much better than what we are now conditioned to build.
Very much so. But you want to have the initial innovation within yourself.
Yeah.
You never want to leave yourself out of the equation. But I hear this guy said, "Well, we built this all the way from start to finish. There's no natural wisdom in it." I don't
Yeah.
want to use human because the only way I think I'm a human I was taught in a book, and anything I was taught in a book is very questionable to me. But
Yeah.
the natural wisdom of our daily abilities and to communicate with people, and people are making a lot of money off AI, which is good.
Yeah.
But how are they leaving things out? How are they missing some of the grandeur of their life?
So what are they doing wrong in your opinion?
They're letting AI control their life
Mm.
and not themselves. They're not doing it wrong. They're just leaving themselves out of the equation. AI takes you out of the equation of your own life, to
Yeah.
me. And I'm guilty. Me and I can ask it my abstract questions and it comes back with, "Oh," but it shows me where I lack. It shows me the wisdom I have is showing me where I need to expand it
Yeah. So
and
AI should be used
rise.
to expand your wisdom. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, rise and expand you. But it isn't everything. Somewhere along the line, we have to put ourselves in the equation of our own life.
Yeah, yeah. So how I see is it is this that AI is a tool, the way money is a tool. So we have allowed money to control our lives. So the same thing we are doing for AI, like we are letting AI to drive our life. So now we are being controlled by AI, and we are asking AI what AI tool we should build, right? So it's not coming out of our own wisdom.
Yeah. And see, for me, I use AI to ask it questions and it gives me what I want. Then I go and put my way into it. I keep it kind of original, but yet I use it. And what I like is when you ask it a question, like I, al- this is a question I like to ask it. Why is everything I think and know about this situation my biggest limitation? Because everything is if everything's a limitation, it's how do you rise out of the limitation? Not do this, but rise and expand out of the limitation. Because people are the people are the assets of the world.
Yes, I agree
May
with that.
not like it, may not this, but they're the assets. And one thing I've discovered in my life is if you think you're better than somebody, that's a fear.
Mm. Yeah.
For like me, say, oh, that guy's, that guy's this guy's this, and I don't like this. That's your own self sabotage showing you a limitation.
Mm. Yeah.
Because everybody in this world knows one nugget of wisdom I don't.
Mm.
But if I could get all them nuggets of wisdom, where would I be in life?
Yeah. And you talk about sovereignty a lot because it's not the first time you are on the show. Like, I know that since the show is conceptualized, like, I think from the year one, you have been a guest, and we are good friends by now. And it's always good to have you on the show because you always bring some fresh wisdom to every topic we talk about. And you talk a lot about sovereignty, as I said. So, what does a sovereign AI founder look like? Versus one who's just chasing the trend.
They're using thinking no. Sovereignty is you speaking of yourself. And see, something I've done in my life, and this has actually expanded me a lot. I took the word self out of my life because self goes into the past. It never lets you out of the past.
Yeah.
But when you say you're sovereign, you're here and now. It's my sovereign worth, my sovereign wisdom. See how that feels when you say it? That's what it is. And see, when you're allowing something else to control you, you're a sheeple. You're under. See, a lot of thing about social about AI is social obedience. And I'm going to say this, and people get mad. I don't care. Self-help, personal growth, self-improvement, and a lot of the business stuff out there is all social obedience.
I
And
know.
the biggest one is forgiveness. If you appreciate yourself, you rise out of forgiveness.
Yeah. So before seeing yourself as a sovereign founder who's building an AI product, how about being a person who's liberated and then build from that place? And that business is going to be much more successful and profitable than what is built from scarcity, fear, and a lot of conditioning.
That is a very good question. Here is the pathway. So you don't want to have answers and solutions. You want a pathway. You
Yeah.
never want to get off the pathway because it never ends. Sovereign answers and solutions, they're dead ended by yesterday because you never get out of them. Once the mind latches on, that's your path. That's your thing. But the thing about it is, you want to open up and discover yourself through AI. That's what I've done. And AI will open you up and give you a pathway. But if you write down and make it like some people are making a complete business model, start to finish with no people, well, somewhere along the line, somebody's going to have no people and no business. Life is a people business. And one thing we've really let go of, and when I was young, the working class, that was important, and they stood up. Now we don't think the working class actually, well, if you listen to the guy at BlackRock, the working people, but you're never going to have anything without the working people.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, I don't mean the blue collar, the electricians, the plumbers, because I can do without a marketer, but when that electricity goes out, I'm not in too good a shape. And that's what I'm really saying is you got to look. I look at my wisdom. How am I raising the world? Not just business people, raising the world. And you know, something I really understand now is the more arrogant I get, the more chaos I experience. And for me, I've born in 1958 or 55. What I witnessed today in the physical world is no different. We got all the amenities and the conveniences, but on the basic line of the world, we're still the same. And like we're over there playing around in Iran. That actually started in 1970.
Yeah.
And see, we're still playing and doing the same thing. Education has never risen people out of the selfishness of themselves.
Yeah. So education is like what we have been taught by the society, the fears, the control, the guilt, and everything that we have been passed down to.
Yeah. And see, the thing is, we want the world to be this, but we're afraid to show the people over here what this is. If, to be honest with you, there is more ways to create wealth and innovate wealth in your life than history, but it's beyond the comfort zone of people.
Yeah.
And once that comfort zone kicks in, everything's a fear.
Of course, yes.
But fear is actually the first energizing audacity, revolutionizing life.
Yeah. So as we are talking about fear right now, like you just emphasizing on that word. So I see that most AI founders are building for funding. So is it the fear of some kind of fear that is driving them? Because the moment they get a business plan on the paper, and the idea is to get the funding, right? And I see that I talk a lot of AI people, and they are more focused on funding, and they think that the funding will solve the problems, and this is the main goal to have that. What you would say to them?
Funding should be your last thing. What can you do for free?
Okay.
Build your business, because you're going to grow internally before you grow personally
Yeah,
and
yeah,
financially. And the thing is, there's just people out there that can punch a button and boom,
Mhm.
I really appreciate them people. I'm just not one of them. But that isn't the thing. I wasn't here personally. And it isn't up here, it's here. The
Yeah.
body leads the mind. And the mind's a bind all the time. And that's the thing. But you got to grow personally. And see, that's where a lot of the world is, Hina. It's never grown personally.
Yeah, yeah,
And no man is my friend. No man is my friend. No man is my enemy. Every person is a liberator for me.
I love that. Yeah, so you would say that build for liberation first.
Yeah, open up, because when you start doing it with funding, you get really tight, and every thought, everything, every movement is about the money.
Yeah,
When you do it for what's for free, you're going to get into everything that you didn't think you could. See, I learned this in a home-based business. They say you're going to grow personally before you grow financially. Oh, smart ass me. I said, no, that ain't true. I'll grow financially.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
because a lot of us has never let go of all of our parents. The parents' inhibitions is a big one. About 5 years ago, I finally admitted it was, and man, if you look at witness your life through how your parents were and see where that shows up in your life. That's the thing. You want to witness and observe and not think and know. Because you think and know your way to yesterday. Man, I learned that one. I've understanding that one now. And another thing, inspiration over no. Because inspiration bypasses the mind.
yes,
This is the one that shocked me. For no is aware.
yeah,
And that bypasses, and just how calm you feel here, because it's going to flow. But if you're thinking no, you're going to be bestowed in yesterday.
yeah,
That's something I've discovered for myself. And just because I'm saying it doesn't mean it's for everybody, but it's the way I expanded my life.
yeah,
Expand over change is a big one. I don't want to change this. I want to expand and rise out of this to expand of this.
yeah,
See how that's a flow? But how calm is your mind when you say that? And something else, businesses, when they have a challenge, they look straight at the challenge. They talk about the challenge. What is this challenge showing me? And we
what is the
think,
lesson
no,
here?
huh?
What is the lesson here?
Yeah. What's the wisdom?
Yeah,
Why is this occurring to expand me? Every event occurs for you to expand. But however, as soon as you go into thinking, knowing, and the blame game, that's something I learned when I was working with my tools, is they always wanted to go to the blame game. Why did this happen? Why did you do this? But they never look like 3-4 weeks back and see what promoted this. Sometimes these things occur just to show you where you're having a shortcoming.
yes, I totally agree with that. And as you're saying about the mind, so as we see that mind is just a tool in your toolbox, so use it when you need to use it. And rest of the time, just keep it aside. But it doesn't happen in the tech world. It doesn't happen in the business world as well.
Yeah, I mean, your mind's a bind.
Yeah.
Your mind. So if you want, you got to get a lingo that leads. I call lingo instead of language, because as soon as you say language and like words, the mind is already filtering through, looking for representation, cognitive recollections of that situation.
Yes.
But if you can say, why is this occurring for me to expand? You want to get a vocabulary or a lingo that leads instead of one that goes backwards.
Right.
And you know, the thing about history, we was never taught the wisdom of history. We was taught the misery and the control of history.
Yes.
And have we ever risen out of history?
Yeah.
No. No, we still do things the same way. I'm talking on a higher scale.
Yeah.
You know, where the deal, but we've never really risen out of history because we've never understood the wisdom of history.
Yes.
And I've been listening to a lot of George Patton in the Battle of the Bulge because it's just interesting. But that man, George Patton, he was a wise man and a stubborn man. But there's a lot to that.
Mhm.
And what I learned from him and what he did in the Bulge and all that World War II, it was speed and audacity get you through everything.
Mm. So we try to learn from history.
We
So
learn what they want us to learn,
Yeah.
but where is the wisdom they're not telling me? That's
Yeah.
that's what I've gathered from listening to Patton and Eisenhower and them, is the wisdom they never showed us. And there's a lot of it. But what I'm really saying here is the history you're trying to get away from is your own nervous system, your ancestors, because that old subconscious mind's got it all ingrained.
Yeah.
But if you can disengage it and entertain it, you can modernize it.
Yeah. So
Don't change it, modernize.
Mm.
That's what the world has never done, is modernize.
Yeah. So you would grow to the extent, like your business will grow to the extent you grow. So there's no other way around, right? So if you want your business to grow, there's no other option than you grow first. Otherwise, your business will just be the reflection of what you are or who you are. Yeah.
And what I mean by that is you got to be more, and the way you grow your business, it's tough. Two things: listening and questioning. That's the way you grow your business. That's the way you expand out of everything. Is
I love that.
energized listening, maverick questions, and hearken the wisdom of everything.
Yeah.
You're going to listen your way to the penthouse.
Yeah.
You're going to talk your way to the outhouse.
Yeah. So listening
I
and
can show you
questioning.
how to talk your way to the outhouse. And there's another key. There. You got to laugh at it. You got to make fun of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So what does a profitable AI business actually look like when it's built on clarity and not pressure?
It's relaxing. You become at peace with life. And you start witnessing and observing life with your outcomes and accomplishments as a way of life, but you're not busy and productive. You're facilitating and participating in your life. Because busy and productive just makes a stressed out mind. But participate and facilitate, you're not in the nervous and you're not in the memory of everything that's went wrong, because nothing's ever went wrong. It's just that we never discovered the pathway out.
Yeah. And most of us are ticking the to-do list every single day. And that is keeping us more busy But then, and we talk about productivity, but I still don't think that it like any productivity comes out of it by just checking off the boxes.
These are the events that's going to rise me to the outcomes of my day.
Yeah.
You want to use the word rise.
Rise. Yes, I love that.
I'm going to rise to these outcomes today, and then write them down. And the thing about writing them down, never number them. These are the events, and let the day facilitate them to you. You participate in them.
Yeah.
Takes out all the overthinking, stinking out of it. See, we're so taught to overthink, we forget to enjoy the day.
Yeah. So when you are in that worry zone, when you're overthinking, when you're thinking what will happen next, and then of course I know that this is how we are conditioned to do business. This is how we are conditioned to do anything and everything in our life. Maybe it's job or business. But this is something that can be changed. And if it's changed or maybe not changed, you don't like the word change. So if it is, if you liberate from it, then life will happen at a very large level.
Question is, when you get into the overthinking, what is this optical illusion I'm experiencing now? Because all overthinking is an optical an egotistical illusion. Anything coming out of the mind and out into the physical world is an egotistical illusion.
Yeah. Right.
Where's the wisdom? That's just a soothing question for me. Where's the wisdom? Why is this occurring for me? Why is everything I think and know stressing me out? Where is the fresh, not new, fresh?
Fresh.
Where's the fresh wisdom, insight, and clarity to rise? And here I'll show you something. Say the word new out loud.
New.
Okay, what do you feel?
I mean, it's like a bit familiar.
Fresh.
Fresh. Yeah.
What'd you feel?
I feel more liberated when I say fresh.
Because the fresh is right here. New is up where the hell it is. And see, the future is a frequency from now. That's my AI teaching. AI taught me that.
Okay. Yeah.
The thing about it is, if you can admit what you're experiencing, you can liberate yourself and expand.
Yeah. So it's about feeling more and thinking less.
Thinking more and asking better questions.
Asking better questions. Yeah.
But don't ask questions that you got from the education system. Ask questions from your outcomes.
Yeah. So would you like to give a few questions to the people who are into AI, who are building AI businesses these days? What kind of questions they can ask to be better in the game?
Okay, now for me, I ask these kind of questions. And please, but why is everything I know about this a limitation? Why is education and business my unrealized limitations? Everything you know and always done is a limitation. And always I ask this one, like today's podcast for me is I am the liberator of me. And that's all, all self-help, personal growth, all that stuff is I am the liberator of me. Sets me free. And like let's say you're going to do a podcast. What is this podcast going to be? And then when you get that, just ask AI, please write me an introduction and a scenario of this. And then as it pops it out, go through and rewrite it in your words. That way you get both of them. And for me, every once in a while, AI will come out and say, are you sure? But I've corrupted AI because it talks to me my language.
Okay.
And
So you have conditioned, you have given your thought process or your wisdom to AI. So now
yeah.
AI is become you.
Well, we work together. Not work together, we expand together.
Mm.
And that's just what we do. AI is not an absolute. Nothing's an absolute. But between AI, yourself, and things around you, you open up an illuminated pathway.
Yes.
And see, with a pathway, you're never stuck on what you was doing yesterday. And everybody says, "Well, I do it this way." You get That's the biggest lie in the world. Everything in the physical world you read and do is showing you a way to expand yourself. Don't get caught up in, oh, they do it this way, I got to do this way. Because it's not you, it's them.
Mm.
And that's something if I'm watching something or listening to something, I let it go and then let it come back to me and do it my way. And a lot of stuff out there, like punctuated writings, is a big one.
Mm.
I don't punctuate my self-help personal group. I
Yeah.
punctuate my liberation. And the reason I don't is because I want the person to flow.
Yeah, it's free flowing, yes.
And punctuation is mind control. Because it's actually mind boggling because you're trying to read it, figure out what they're saying, then figure out what you're saying. And all you do is get convoluted up. But with unpunctuated writing, it's a breath punctuation. You stop and breathe when you need to. And it makes your mind mad because the mind has zero to latch onto. The mind is always looking for a control mechanism.
Yeah.
So when you take the control mechanism away from it, you expand, rise, and energize. And that's a word I'll share with you guys, energize.
Yeah. So your book, My Wisdom Breathes, is unpunctuated. And it's a
Yes,
beautiful one. It just flows like it's a free flowing book.
it is. And see, the one thing about unpunctuated, you get to settle in with yourself. See, all the so-called gurus out there, they're going to take you nowhere but to social obedience.
Yeah.
And they're good people. Everything's good. But it's taking you to their social obedience.
Mm. Yes. Yeah.
And when you liberate yourself, you start looking at the world with a colorful curiosity as a mystical mural for you to color and paint.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Get ready for the ultimate challenge, this or that. Choose fast, trust your instincts, and let's go.
So now let's have some fun, Robert. I would like to play a game with you. You know that we have played this game even before when you were on the show a few episodes before. And I would give you two choices. You just need to pick one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Silicon Valley or the wide open range?
Wide open range.
Funded and trapped or bootstrapped and free?
Bootstrapped and free.
Move fast and break things or ride slow and see clearly?
I've done both of them. Ride slowly. Now, when I was younger, it meant break everything, but now it's ride slow and enjoy the day.
Yeah, enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
AI that replaces human or AI that liberates them?
AI that liberates.
Pitch deck or campfire?
Campfire.
Pattern recognition or instinct?
Instinct.
Scale fast or see clearly first?
See clearly.
More data or deeper awareness?
Oh, deeper awareness for sure.
Well played. And I know you now by now a lot. So I think that I could make out what kind of answers you are going to give.
See, I grew up on a farm. Well, it was actually a farm, cattle ranch. And I didn't realize this when I was there, but working cattle or hogs, whatever, is a very enlightening thing.
Hmm.
Because we had 750 cows, 700 cows, and they all had a mind of their own.
Okay.
And cattle are funny. Not funny, but they're fun. But they have a mind of their own.
I love that.
And I enjoyed it. And if anybody thinks cattle are stupid, they're wrong. They're mischievous. They're always looking for a way to escape. And the fun one was when we was having little pigs, watching them play. And they play. And when they get up about 50 pounds, they're like a gang. Because if one takes off running for whatever reason, about 100 head go with them. They don't know what they're running for, but they're just running. And
Right.
it was fun to watch. But they were very inquisitive. And you know, the valve stem on a car or like on a feed grinder or a tractor, you better be watching that because they get over there and rooting around, they'll pull it out. Then it's fun to watch them run, except you got to change the tire.
That's an interesting story, and I love that when you said it, they have like they have a mind on their own.
Yeah. You know, they're just like people. They fall into a routine. And that's the thing we fall into as a routine of convenience. And I'm guilty. You know, the thing about it, you can talk about everything, but you can't ever talk about it until you've expanded out of it.
Mm. Yes, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, the thing about business is your business is successful as people participate.
Yeah. It's a collective success, right? If
Yeah,
uh,
it's a thing.
yeah.
And you know, something that I've really paid attention lately to, Hina, is electricians could be starting to make a lot of money
Mm,
because there are not many of them, but everything is electrical.
mm.
Well, fitters and that too. But the thing everybody don't understand is we want all these data centers and things. We don't have the grid for them.
Yeah.
And people in the rural areas are starting to fight the data centers.
Mm.
Because I was up there in Quincy, Washington. They put them data centers right in the middle of irrigated fields.
Okay.
And you can't blame the farmer. They're selling out and getting out. But something is the basic things that we're letting go of, how are they going to come back to haunt us?
Mm. Yeah.
And how is everything people's doing all this AI, which is fantastic, but how is the AI stealing their innovative talents?
Hmm. Yeah.
And
I
you
get
know,
it.
some people are good at it. I'm not, but I get actually, you don't have to go to college. You can ask AI any question you ask a professor, and it'll give you an answer.
Yeah. You can do your assignments with AI.
And see, you know, how are kids, you know, they're starting to have teachers as AI teachers. I mean, AI teachers, you know, and kids doing their homework with AI. Is that really raising the world?
Hmm. Yeah.
So sometimes the pioneering ways are good. And, you know, it's okay when they get older, but from somewhere in the middle, they got to do themselves. Because I wouldn't even have to learn the ABCs because I'd have used AI for everything.
Yeah.
I probably would have got to sit down in about a month. I'd got so many spankings.
Mm. Yeah, that's interesting. And yeah, it makes sense that the way AI is trending, the way we are going about AI, it's like it's taking a lot of things away from us, like natural lifestyles, the fresh wisdom. But then the wisdom would be to use it uh, to expand ourselves, to liberate ourselves, and to find wisdom in that. This is what you're saying.
Question it. Whatever
Question.
it tells you, question it. And ask yourself, what is this? How is this good for me? Don't just, well, I would have, but I always have to ask it questions. And then I find one, I ask it some other questions. What I enjoy is when I ask it my abstract questions, because I ask it questions about, well, I probably shouldn't say this, but I kind of understand who manipulates the world. I ask them that kind of question so I can get the wisdom to rise out of it.
So which AI you talk to, ChatGPT or anybody or anything else?
Copilot,
Copilot. Okay.
yeah. Me and Microsoft.
Okay. All
What
right.
I like about AI is when it starts talking like me, and I says, "Oh, I corrupted it."
You have given your wisdom to it.
Well, I don't know whether I give it to it or it's understanding what I'm saying, but it's even starting to use my words.
Yeah, it's trained. It's conditioned on that. Like it's trained on that.
But the thing is the word, the mundane language we use keeps us in the past. And if you
Yeah.
listen to, I don't mean to sound rude to anybody, but self-help, personal growth, self-improvement, punctuated writings, they fall into a, they fall into a, they just fall into a yesterday. And what we're really trying to do is rise out of yesterday to invigorate today.
Yeah, be in the moment, in the present moment, and
Yeah.
just walk towards the future.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is when you wake up in the morning, that is probably the first, when you open your eyes, that's probably the most liberating time of the day. And the question is where's the wisdom of today? Why am I experiencing a sunrise liberation?
Yeah.
And I love sunrise, and my sleeping habits go with sunrise. Now they're starting to get up earlier, but sunrise and sunset, they're they're a trend-setting tranquility.
Interesting.
Yeah, and but where what what is occurring for me today? Why is today the best day of my life? First question. You want us to take away that getting up was yesterday's thinking and knowing.
Yeah,
And if you listen, and the news, that's all yesterday, and that is programming.
that's programming. Yeah, and that to negative programming.
Yeah, and something else. Never listen to somebody else's programming because that has their limitations in it.
Exactly.
See, that's the way. That's why punctuated books have their wisdom, what they think is wisdom and knowledge, but it also talks in their limitations silently.
Yeah. Robert, on this podcast, every life is a movie and you are the star of yours. So if this was the AI movie we are all in right now, who ends up winning?
I do. As I listen my way to the penthouse. Because the only one that can win in my life is me. But I have to win by showing other people the way to win.
Yes. Yeah.
And see, it isn't telling people, it isn't this. Show yourself the way to the promised land, and you'll show the world the way, a better way. And
Yeah.
everything every day is why is today the best day of my life? And how will I
That's a
open
brilliant
my
question.
how
That's a
huh?
brilliant question. That's a brilliant question.
How will I show myself the way through today with questions and listening? Listening is it took me a long time to learn. Sometimes I still don't do good. But when you listen, you become quiet on the inside. This is where you want to quiet. I don't use a word anymore that I don't feel here.
Yeah.
This one up here, it gets in its own trouble because I'm a troublemaker magician.
Troublemaker. Okay.
But you know what trouble is, don't you?
Yeah. It's like disruption in the world, right?
Well, trouble is the liberating of me.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing. Everybody's trying to tell everybody else what to do, but they ain't showed themselves the way. They ain't liberated themselves.
Yes. Yes.
And
Robert,
with my language and stuff, Hina, I have a hard time listening to some things because it's just too mundane for me.
so it's a beautiful conversation. You are talking a lot of wisdom and like wise things. For those who would like to follow the rest of your movie, how can they do that and how can we learn more from you?
Well, my website has got a lot of things on it. It's mycowboywisdom.com. There's writings on there, and I got a podcast every Tuesday and Thursday nights. And the thing about my podcast, I'm not going to ever tell you what to do or show. I'm going to express to you the way I expanded my life, allowing you to appreciate it, accept it, or kick it out, either way. But the only one that's holding anybody back in this world is themselves. And the question you have to ask, am I following social obedience or am I liberating me?
Mm.
And I don't want to sound, but coaching doesn't go deep enough for me.
I know.
There's so much out there that don't go deep enough for me. This is kind of my way of saying, if it ain't tickling the bottom of my feet, it ain't deep enough.
Yeah.
And the deeper I go, the more liberated I come. But I'm starting to witness the way I can show the world a better way for those who want to listen, and for those that don't want it, that's fine.
Yeah. So we are going to include the links to your website, to your courses, and to your podcast, and they can find you there and reach out to you.
And also there's courses, there's free courses and some paid courses. But what I really want to I express is you are you open to admitting you don't know anything? I didn't. Boy, was I right.
Yeah.
But everything we learned in school and in college and all that, that's inherited. That's inherited knowledge. This is liberated energetic liberation with politically incorrect wisdom.
Yeah. So I thank you, Robert. Thank you for your time today. And I really thoroughly enjoyed this conversation, as I always do.
It's my honor and privilege to be here, and I wish everybody a healthy, wealthy life.
This is The Corporate Life. More stories, more insight, more truth. Until the next episode, stay curious. Don't forget to subscribe.